Alright, let's talk about the multiverse. What if there's a version of you out there who made completely different choices? A version who became a billionaire, a famous actor, or maybe even a superhero? Scientists have been debating the multiverse theory for decades, and some believe we might actually be living in one. But how does it work? And if alternate versions of you exist, can you ever meet them? Let's dive into the 6 most mind-blowing multiverse theories that might just change the way you see reality. Many worlds interpretation. Imagine this. You wake up one morning and decide to have coffee instead of tea. In another universe, you chose tea. And in yet another, you skipped both and went for juice. Sounds crazy, right? But according to the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, every single decision you make, no matter how small, creates a new branch of reality. This theory, proposed by physicist Hugh Everett in 1957, suggests that every possible outcome of an event actually happens, but in separate parallel universes. Right now, in some alternate reality, there's a version of you who never started watching this video, another one who's already an astronaut, and one who, well, let's just say, made some really questionable life choices. Here's the wild part. These universes don't interact with each other. They exist independently, meaning you'll never know what your alternate selves are doing. But theoretically, every time you choose something, the universe splits, and another version of you follows a different path. Think about that for a second. Infinite choices. Infinite versions of you. Does that mean there's a universe where you're a billionaire, or one where you never existed at all? If this theory is true, then free will might just be an illusion, because in some timeline, you've already made every possible decision you could ever make. Bubble universe. Alright, picture this. You're blowing soap bubbles, and each bubble floats around, separate from the others. Now imagine each bubble is an entire universe. That's the idea behind the bubble universe theory, also known as eternal inflation. According to this mind-blowing concept, our universe is just one tiny bubble in a vast cosmic foam of countless universes. But how does this happen? It all goes back to the Big Bang. Scientists believe that after the Big Bang, the universe expanded at an unimaginable speed. But what if that expansion never fully stopped? Here's the theory. The process of cosmic inflation is still happening in other parts of reality, constantly creating new bubble universes. Some pop into existence while others drift endlessly, never interacting. And guess what? The laws of physics could be completely different in each one. That means in some universes, gravity might not exist. In others, stars could be made of something other than hydrogen. And in some, you might have been born a completely different person, or never existed at all. But here's the real kicker. We might never be able to reach these other bubbles. The space between them is expanding faster than the speed of light, making them forever out of reach. It's like being trapped in a cosmic snow globe, knowing there are others out there but never being able to see them. Brane Multiverse. Alright, get ready for this. Our universe might be floating on a giant invisible membrane, and right next to us, just a tiny fraction of a millimeter away, another universe could exist. You just can't see it. Sounds crazy? Welcome to the Brane Multiverse theory, a mind-bending idea from string theory. According to this theory, our universe isn't a lonely island. It's actually a 3-dimensional brain, short for membrane, floating in a higher dimensional space. And just like pages in a book, other universes might be stacked right next to us, separated by an extra dimension we can't perceive. Now here's where it gets really wild. These universes don't just sit there quietly. Every once in a while they might collide. And when they do, boom, a Big Bang happens. That's right. Our universe could have been born from a massive cosmic collision between two brains smashing into each other. But wait, there's more. Some scientists believe that gravity might be the only force that can leak between these universes. That means, right now in some parallel reality, a version of you might be experiencing a completely different world, but neither of you can see each other, because light, matter, and energy are stuck to their own brains. Think about it. What if ghosts, dark matter, or unexplained forces aren't supernatural at all? What if they're just glimpses of another brain's reality bleeding into ours? Cyclic Multiverse. What if I told you this isn't the first time you've watched this video? In fact, what if you've lived your entire life before, over and over again, but just don't remember? Welcome to the Cyclic Multiverse theory. This mind-blowing idea suggests that the universe never truly begins or ends, it just keeps resetting. Think of it like a cosmic Groundhog Day, except instead of just one day repeating, the entire universe dies and is reborn in an endless cycle. Here's how it works. Scientists believe that one day our universe will stop expanding and start shrinking. Everything, galaxies, planets, even time itself, will collapse into an ultra-dense point, just like before the Big Bang. But instead of ending, that collapse triggers another Big Bang, creating a brand new universe, and the cycle starts again. But here's the real kicker. What if every new universe is slightly different? Maybe in the next cycle you're born in a different country. Maybe in another Earth never even existed. Or maybe, just maybe, everything plays out exactly the same every single time. Now this raises some insane questions. If the universe has been cycling forever, does that mean there have been infinite versions of you? Have you made the same choices in every cycle? Or have some versions of you taken a completely different path? Quantum Multiverse. Alright, here's a crazy thought. What if right now, there's another version of you watching this video, but they paused it 10 seconds ago, or another version that never clicked on it at all? Sounds like sci-fi, right? Well, welcome to the quantum multiverse theory. According to quantum mechanics, particles don't have a fixed state until they're observed. Instead, they exist in a state of superposition, meaning they can be in multiple places or states at the same time. But the moment you look, boom, the universe chooses one reality. Now here's where it gets mind-blowing. Scientists believe that instead of just one reality being chosen, all possible outcomes happen. But they don't happen in the same universe. Each possibility creates a new separate universe. Think of it like a choose-your-own-adventure book, but instead of picking just one path, the universe writes every possible storyline at once. Every time you make a choice, even something as simple as what you eat for breakfast, the universe splits, creating a reality where you made a different choice. That means right now, there's a version of you that took a completely different career, never met the people you know, or even won the lottery. And guess what? There are infinite versions of you living out every single possibility. Simulated Multiverse. Okay, hear me out. What if everything you see, hear, and feel isn't real? What if you're not actually a person, but just a line of code inside a super advanced simulation? Sounds like something out of the Matrix, right? Well, welcome to the simulated multiverse theory. Some scientists and tech moguls, including Elon Musk, believe that our reality might just be a hyper-advanced simulation, created by a civilization so far ahead of us that we can't even comprehend their technology. But here's where it gets even crazier. What if there are multiple simulations? Think about it. If a civilization advanced enough to simulate an entire universe, why stop at one? They could run billions of different simulations, each with slight variations. In one, you might be rich and famous. In another, dinosaurs never went extinct. And in some, the laws of physics could be completely different. But here's the real mind-blower. If we are inside a simulation, would we ever be able to tell? Some scientists argue that tiny glitches in physics, like the double-slit experiment or quantum randomness, might actually be proof that our universe is just a programmed system. And if we're just part of a simulation, then who's running it? Are we just entertainment for some higher beings, or worse? Are they watching us right now? So if the multiverse exists, how many versions of you are out there? And more importantly, will we ever find a way to cross between them? If you enjoyed this mind-blowing journey, subscribe to InnoVision Tech for more futuristic theories and deep science mysteries. Drop your wildest multiverse theory in the comments.